All right, guys, this week on Blue Ridge Custom Tackle, I'm going to be doing yet another rock crawler. I really like these baits. They really sell well. Um, but it just seems like that's of every blank that I've ever bought, these seem to run the truest to the original. I really thank Jimmy over at Lure Build for putting these out. It's small variations from the original. They still have the angry eyes, stuff like that. But the RK55, or they call it the Dive 55, it seems to be the truest running bait that they have. Everybody seems to really enjoy these. I'm going to do a crawl pattern this week. I'm going to start out, I've already got it base coated white. I'm going to start out with a fluorescent orange, and then we're going to kind of dull that down a little bit with a little bit of yellows and browns and stuff like that. It's really good just to get a good coat of orange on there first. And these smooth baits like this without the scale patterns and stuff like that on them, you really want to take your time and get a good base coat of whatever your first color is going to be. Because again, like I said in last week's video, if you do it too fast, you will get some separation in your paint. It'll almost have a crackle effect. And that's cool if that's what you're going for. But if that's not what you're going for, you can ruin a blank very quickly. I think one day I'll just make a video with examples of what I mean when I tell you guys about things like that. There's things that I had to learn the hard way when I first started. All right, so now we're going to come back in with some sepia over the top, and I'm really going to do this light. Because just like in the last video, I'm going to go over all these colors with a color shift to kind of dull it down a little bit. In normal circumstances, you're going to use a color shift to brighten things up or give it a different look. I'm going to dull this one down. Let's go over the back. That's the sepia. Just going to give it a little bit of a brown hue, not a lot. First instinct as a painter is to just really just lay it on there and really coat it thick. But we're going to be doing a few different colors on this little guy, so you don't want to do that too much quite yet. Trying to think which color I want to dark or bright or kind of dull that down with. I think I'm going to do it with burnt sienna. And just kind of go down the sides a little bit with a little bit of a burnt orange color. But your fluorescent color will still show through. I really want to leave that belly just bright orange. See, I'm kind of just fading that burnt sienna into that sepia just so that it's a seamless color. And then we're gonna do our crawl pattern here in just a second in black. This is a video that I've been wanting to make for the last few weeks, mainly because this will be the first, and you guys are going to see it first, the first time that I use the Creos PS270. I've done a little bit of testing with it. I tried it with some alcohol inks and some, actually not alcohol inks, but acrylic inks. it really did not do what I wanted it to do with that. I think if I were using paper, using inks on paper, it would. On plastic, inks really like to spatter really quickly. So we're gonna try it with just regular paint today. Just sticking with the golden. I'm gonna try something a little different that I have picked up on, that I saw somebody using when they're doing their crawl patterns. I made myself a mold to set my baits in. Can't reveal that secret though, how I did it, what I used. I think it's just going to be one of those things, no matter what I do, I'm going to hit this camera, no matter what. Kind of one of those unspoken rules. If you're filming, you're going to hit the camera. So I'm going to go with... Need my dots. We'll go with the old tried and true Whitney method here. All right, so we got the Creos going. Wish me luck, guys. It did not go well the last time I tried to use this. Mainly because I really didn't know what I was doing with this new gun. Oh yeah, I think I'm going to like this a lot. You just want to overlap what you're doing. Kind of give yourself a little bit of a separation there. Boy, that trigger is sensitive on this thing. I like it. Like I am barely pulling back, putting any pressure on this thing at all. And I'm getting plenty of paint. That is beautiful. Oh yeah, this is going to be great. I like it. All right, gonna grab my other mold here. Now after this is done, we're gonna make this thing even more realistic. We're gonna darken up some of these spots even more. Let's see here. right. So we got that part done. And clamp him back down. We're going to do our craw line over the back. Maybe you guys will be able to see it a little bit better if I'm doing it this way. See if I can get a little bit better here. A little chilly in here. I'm shaking pretty bad. All right, so now what I'm going to do, since I've got those lines there, I'm just going to kind of come in. And kind of darken that up a little bit. Now I'm going to come in with my dot stencil. Just going to kind of hit each one of these little areas with some dots. On both sides. All right, and then across the top of the head. All right. Overall, so far, I really do like this Creos. It's very, very smooth. And it has great trigger control. I really like having that MAC valve down there that I can kind of play around with. Paint does do much better through the Creos when you're spraying it on plastic. That is for sure. All right, so I told you guys that I was going to do a color shift over the top. I am still going to do that. It is going to be bright gold brown. With this, you really can go all the way over the bait. But it's going to kind of dull some of that down a little bit. But you can still see it, see through that color shift. And then you got your kind of lighten that up just a little with that gold brown. Let's heat set that. You see, it kind of gives it that translucent look on those shells, and it'll reflect a little bit in the water, kind of draw a little bit more attention. For this one, I'm going to use the purple Angry Eyes just to give it a little bit of contrast. Almost kind of gives it a Halloween feel. All right, and there you go. She is done.